Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the eSports Report. We covered everything at UGC Niagara. We talked with Optic Nation about their fourth place. We talked about X Games. Of course, X Games is going to have 3 teams. Originally, it was Complexity. That news now, Complexity is Evil Geniuses. That player transaction happened live while we were on the show. Complexity, and now Evil Geniuses, no longer black and red. They will be wearing blue for EG. So congrats to Evil Geniuses on the pickup, and welcome the players over to EG. Big moves being made here. Alex Garfield getting into the CoD scene just in time for the X Games. Complexity continues perfect on the weekend, and their last team they had to beat was Envy in Niagara. Let's bring on now one of my favorite players to watch, the guy everyone was calling to get MVP at CoD Championships, Nameless. Welcome to the eSports Report. How you doing?
Doing good, man. How about you?
Really good. So congratulations on another top 2 finish. You guys cruised through the winners bracket, the only team to, of course, go through undefeated. But it wasn't easy. We saw several of your matches going 3-2. What was going on early Saturday?
Pretty much all our matches seem to go to Game 5. I always say, whenever you lose that Game 4, whenever it goes to Game 5, I say it wouldn't be a proper Envy game without a Game 5. So we need to improve on our respawn, and we were dropping a couple dominations. And actually on Saturday, we lost the Search and Destroy to Curse Black as well. So we weren't really playing on form on Saturday, but we still managed to beat Curse Black and FaZe Red, both in that Game 5. So yeah, we pretty much just had to turn up on the last map.
So Curse Black, a lot of people kind of thinking this squad can't hang, that they're one of the lower teams in the MLG COD League. Their record, it could be better, but they're not doing absolutely terrible. Could easily climb back in to a top spot. How good is this team, and what was that matchup like against them?
Curse Black is an extremely talented team. They're one of our toughest competitors out of all the teams we played. They're good at every game type, which makes them kind of difficult to play against. They beat us in Search, I think, 6-2. Tipsy went like 13-2 against us with a sniper. So I think they definitely will be making it into the top, teams going into Anaheim. So I'll be looking out for them.
So Curse Black, you went to Game 5. Same thing with FaZe Red. Who was going big for FaZe in that matchup, and how did you guys clutch the Search and Destroy?
In the FaZe Red matchup, I don't really remember who was going big for them. I tend to not really focus on who's like actually making a lot of plays on the other team, just on my team. But as a team, they were rotating really well in domination. They ended up beating us in both doms. So yeah, that's pretty much how they went big to beat us on those maps. And then in the Search and Destroy on the last map versus FaZe Red, all of us did our part, and we all just ended up playing very well on the last map and closing it out.
Well, instead of meeting Complexity in the winners semifinals, you had to face off against Strictly Business because XGN pulled off that incredible upset over Cole to start the day. What was it like playing Strictly Business, because this was your 3rd Game 5 in a row?
Strictly Business, we played them on Sunday, actually. Mm-hmm. So we had a good, night's rest, and we got to the venue. We got to watch them play a map or two. We got to warm up, and when going into the Strictly Business match, we really were trying to focus on winning more of our respawns. And I'm pretty sure we dropped the first map to them. And then that kind of was a little demoralizing. But we went in, we evened out the series after we won the second map. We went down 0-4 in Search and Destroy. So they were up 4-0 on Sovereign. And that's when I kind of realized that our strategies weren't working against them. So I said, all right, guys, we're just going to change it up. I'm going to pull out a sub and just start running around. And I actually just started, playing like a maniac, just running around the map, and ended up getting 12 kills, and we won the Search and Destroy. And that was kind of the turning point of the match. We won the Blitz, and then we went into Domination, lost Octane. We won the first side and lost the second side, which, wouldn't be a proper ending game without a Game 5. And we ended up winning the last map 6-1.
Clutching it again. Well, that sent you to the winners bracket finals. Now, coming into the tournament, I know you guys were confident, knew you would be going to the winners bracket finals, but who did you expect to be coming from the bottom half of that bracket before all the upsets went down?
All right, so going to the tournament, we were actually on the same side of the bracket as Complexity, so I expected to be playing them, the round we played SB. So, but coming from the other side of the bracket, had we have beaten Complexity, I would have expected to play Optic. but they fell to I
FaZe
forgot.
Black.
Yeah, they fell to FaZe Black 3-0, which was surprising because Saints wasn't there, and I thought he was, arguably their best player. So that was very surprising.
So FaZe Black actually went on to Game 5, and they lost to Vex. Vex taking them out in Search and Destroy. That set up Vex, who has been doing pretty well in the MLG COD League, versus you guys. Did you know much about Vex? What were your thoughts coming into that matchup? You ended up 3-0ing them.
I knew a lot about Vex actually. I used to team with Pluto way back in Black Ops 1. We placed fifth at MLG Anaheim for that event. And I teamed with Slack in the last game, as you know. We placed fifth at MLG Anaheim. I placed fifth with Slack. So yeah, I played with a lot of the players on that team, and they're all talented players, and they've been around for a while. Some of the viewers may not know who they are because they haven't competed in recent tournaments, but they've been around for a while, and they're all talented players. So to make it to winners finals, you have to be a good team. So we didn't take them lightly, and we went in there and played our hearts out and got that 3-0.
Well, with that 3-0, you took home $6,000 guaranteed, and you had to sit out Sunday to watch the rest of the matches play out before the grand finals. Now, what was that Sunday like for you guys after you secured your spot in the grand final?
It was a long wait. Once we secured our, spot in the finals, we kind of hung out. We watched the match. I went to eat lunch, and we had like a really big lunch. We went to like Outback, and after that, I was feeling a little bit tired. Then, I had some Monster, woke up, got ready for the finals, and it was just an unfortunate loss. But yeah, it was a long wait until the finals.
Well, by that time, Cole had become red hot. They came in and they beat you 3-0 in that first series. Now, that set up a fresh best of 5, winner take all for UGC Niagara. At that point, did you know you guys were finishing second? Did you feel that your team could come back? What was the mindset of Envy going into that last match?
No, I still thought we can win. Like the way our team thinks is like we can always come back because we've came back from some pretty incredible, things in our history as a team. And
COD champs.
Yeah, like just crazy. And we never count ourselves out. Like we knew we had the ability to come back, but it's just something about that team when they get going. It's so hard to stop them. They're like if you ever seen that movie Unstoppable with the train, it just like keeps going and it's so hard to stop it. And they were on fire all day. They came back from some incredible things, and when you're on fire like that, it's so hard to stop someone. Like we had the same thing kind of at COD champs where you went through the losers bracket. Like when you catch fire, you just destroy teams. Like when we beat SB at champs, we 3-0'd them like the fastest match. And I think that's how it was for them kind of in the finals. They beat a bunch of teams in a row, and then they caught fire, and everything was just working on all 4 cylinders, and they were just ready to go.
Now, was there one player on the opposing team that you had a tougher job trying to kill, or were they all 4 on? Who do you think was the MVP of Cole?
I definitely would have to say, and it's probably going to be criticized for this, Aches was the MVP for Complexity. Krim was playing really good. He had that really like crazy 6-piece on Octane Dom, but overall, Aches was just going off. He dropped like 27 kills on us on Strike Zone Dom, and then the whole tournament, whenever he needed to go off, he did. Like the match immediately before that, they played Vex, and he started off like 10-1 in Game 5 Search. So yeah, Aches was definitely the MVP of the finals, and I think the whole tournament.
Wow. All right. So big props to Aches from Nameless. Now, EG Aches, what do you think about the move? You now have I guess, a brother team, both of you sponsored by Monster here.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you see this one coming? What do you think about Evil Geniuses dipping into the COD pool?
I think it's definitely good for Call of Duty eSports. Evil Geniuses, obviously, they've done a lot in other realms of eSports, and I think that that's a big move, and that I'm proud of the guys on, formerly known as Call, moving to EG. I'm proud of them. They're all my good friends. Damon lives really close to us, and we hang out with him a lot. So I'm glad that he's moving forward in his career and that they're doing well.
Awesome. Well, you guys lost again to Cole 2 events in a row, but that also means you've been to 2 grand finals. This next grand finals is coming up, and we're going to see a gold medal given to the winner. How confident are you in your team heading into X Games? You're guaranteed a spot, and what are you guys going to be working on between now and June 4th?
Well, basically, all right, one thing I took away from the tournament is the teams that, that don't stream as much are the teams that come close to beating them. And the reason is because they play unorthodox. So I think we're going to keep doing our thing with how we play against other teams. But when we play Call, we're going to have some things up our sleeve next time for when we play them. Because I know that they do watch us and watch other teams. So I'm definitely going to be bringing out some new things when we play them. And
Demon,
also,
I love it, man. Some
Yeah.
Nameless plans here, some sneaky stuff.
Yeah, and also Aches' tweet about the other teams. Stro actually printed it out and put it on our fridge. So every time we go to our fridge, we read that.
Wow.
And within this next month, we're gonna try to really buckle down and take them off that first place spot.
Speaking of Aches' tweet, for those of you guys out there who missed it, Aches, to sum it up nicely, basically said, we don't try. We're playing other games. Step it up, COD community, because this is pathetic. Nameless, what went through your head when you read his tweet?
That pretty much I can't even say he's cocky because he's right. We all do need to step it up, and they've gotten to so many finals and they've accomplished so much. So I really think that it's just motivation, and it was well needed for the community, and that teams just need to stick together and just be better.
It's pretty crazy, man. The top dog, barking at everyone else. We'll see if it comes back to bite them at the X Games. Nameless, thank you so much for coming on the ESR. I know you guys are also performing really well in the MLG COD League. I want to let you go here soon so that you can go warm up for that. Tonight, you got matches. You're number 4 on the podium after holding that top slot. Now you have some serious matches this evening. First of all, what has the COD League been like for you guys? How's online play been?
It's actually been pretty good. Parasite actually moved into the team house with us, and we've been, playing together a lot. So we have a better schedule as a team, and we've been playing very well. The online play hasn't been too dreadful. The teams have actually, been giving us reasonable hosts, so it's been pretty good so far.
And so far, you guys have some pretty fierce challengers. Last week, you did pretty solid as a squad. You're now 7-3. This week, tonight especially, you have a tough challenger in front of you in Curse Black right out of the get-go. Let's take a look at tonight's match lineup. 7 o'clock, you face off against Curse Black. Last time, you went to Game 5, and that was on LAN. What's tonight's prediction?
Well, I mean, the day before we went to Niagara, we played Curse Black, and they beat us like 7-0, and I was so mad. And then we went to the event and beat them. So I don't know. They're really good. They're a really good team, and we did go to Game 5, so the match can go either way. But depending on who's home and who's away,
Curse Black is home, I believe, so they should have host.
Yeah, so we're really gonna have to go really hard and win our search and destroys and clutch up on one of the respawns.
And then Envy will play off against Strictly Business. You'll be hosting that one at 8:30. Strictly Business off to a hot start, but then has cooled off recently. How confident are you in that one, knowing that you beat them recently in Game 5?
I'm very confident in that one, and I have a little rivalry with Methods, Duo Ant,
the Bulldog.
Yeah, it's my good friend, and I can't let him beat me, so we got to win that one.
Can't let him beat you. And then your last match is against the team that is formerly known as Erupt Gaming, now acquired by Denial eSports. Can Envy go 3-0 tonight?
That's going to be an interesting game. Erupt is actually they're primarily a search and destroy team, and so are we. So we'll have to see how that one turns. I haven't played them at all, actually. I haven't played them in a 5K, 2K, or in the leagues yet, so it's going to be a good match.
Tell you what, man, look out for Zuma, especially on Octane. Well, Nameless, best of luck. Looking forward to seeing Envy back in the top 3. That's where you'll be if you're able to 3-0 tonight. Nameless, where can we catch you? Where are you guys going to be streaming this evening at 7 o'clock?
You can catch me on mlg.tv/nameless, and if you like to check out any of my other teammates stream, you can just go to mlg.tv/envy, and it'll all be listed who's live on the right side.
Good man. Nameless, follow this guy on Twitter. He is one of the best in the game. So happy to see that he's found a home on Envy. And since joining the lineup, 2 straight finals. We'll see, can they make it 3 at the X Games in June? Also, how far can they go this weekend in the 5K? Final chance to get your pro points. Go sign up right now on MLG.TV for the FHM 5K, 5,000 bonus dollars in prizing on top of what would already be 3K if we sell out a 64-team bracket. Guys, that's going to do it for the Esports Report tonight. One more time, here's a look at the matches you can catch in the MLG COD League Season 2. Kicking things off at 7 o'clock, Denial eSports faces off against Strictly Business. Same time, Curse Black and Envy. Your 8:30 matches are Denial versus Curse Black and Envy versus SB. And 10 o'clock to close out the evening, Envy looking to go 3-0. They'll have to take on the former Erupt squad, Denial, and Strictly Business will go up against Curse Black. That's going to do it for tonight's matches for Tuesday, May 6th. Thank you guys for tuning in. Big shout out to Fwiz, Swanee, Embos, and Nameless, all for coming on the show. And big props to Evil Geniuses on your acquisition of Complexity. We'll be back tomorrow Or will we? It's my birthday. We might be playing Halo 1. I'll let you know on Twitter what's going down. Enjoy the matches tonight.